Okay, here's what happened in the last few days. I posted a TikTok titled Ryan Garcia is what's wrong with the internet right now. And I meant it. Yesterday, he responded with 3 videos, 2 of which he's now deleted. Trump was officially found guilty, and now that he's officially a felon, there's a lot of surprising things he's now no longer allowed to do. The French are about to carry out the single most hilarious form of protesting I've ever seen, and MrBeast finally surpassed T-Series to become the single most subscribed to channel on all of YouTube. But now that he's achieved his biggest goal, what's left for him to chase? All of that and more, so let's get cracking. Okay, I was so close to never making it public, but I just had to say it. Ryan Garcia is what's wrong with the internet right now. Now, as you guys will probably know if you watch my TikTok, I've never used it to share my personal opinion about someone. The internet has enough of that already. But I just had to make an exception for this. You see, boxer Ryan Garcia started attracting a lot of attention in the last couple of months because of the things he was saying and doing online. He made claims like Elon Musk is the Antichrist and a clone, an earthquake would destroy Hollywood and Las Vegas, he is a billionaire, he has a picture on his phone of a real alien, he will be running for president, he has the full Epstein list, he was kidnapped by the Illuminati, he was on Instagram Live and said the FBI and CIA was lowering his view count to suppress the truth.
The FBI is watching my live and they're lowering it on purpose. You're doing it on the purpose. You're doing it on purpose. Hashtag save the children. Because the FBI is trying to protect the pedophiles. They don't like that I'm exposing the pedophiles.
And the list goes on and on and on. And I kid you not, he says that he has proof for all of these things. But conveniently, he doesn't want to show it to people or post it online because he's actually going to Congress, okay? He is. But let me be clear. Make all the claims you want about aliens and clones. I honestly don't care, and I have no problem with that. He's not the first to claim these things without proof, and he certainly won't be the last. But the real issue arrived is when he was starting to mix in serious claims about things like child trafficking, and that even he was assaulted as a child at Bohemian Grove. Okay, and now look, that's not exactly the kind of claim that you ever really want to question people on. And usually when the things that you're talking about are as serious as that, people will give you the benefit of the doubt, and so did I. And for a while, a lot of people were even thanking him for raising awareness about this serious and real problem. All until he comes out after his fight and he says that he faked everything.
Was this all an act? What part of it was real? Tell us about it.
Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was going to happen? I said, I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Why? It's going to be called The Great Escape. Like, I have it all documented. I was already planning it, weeks and weeks and months behind. I don't know what made me come up with the idea, honestly. I just, one day, just decided just to go all in and just commit to a plan that I had, and I was not going to budge for nobody. It didn't matter if I went on his podcast, anybody's podcast. I was acting like sporadic, like just like crazy. I'll go on
your mannerisms. You were just like
spaces. I'll do this with my nose. Like, like, it's just a tick. I had everything. Like, I just like.
You see, here's the part that pushed me to make this video, because unlike boxing, when it comes to serious problems like child trafficking, not all publicity is good publicity. In fact, some publicity and awareness, like the type that Ryan drummed up, can have a seriously damaging effect. Yeah, he may have sold his fight, but when you speak about child trafficking alongside aliens and clones, you create a public perception around these topics like they are some sort of conspiracy, which for anyone who has tried to raise awareness about this topic before, you'll know this is already a big problem that it has. It's exactly like the story of the boy who cried wolf. If you just chuck in sexual assault claims and child trafficking into your publicity stunt, true or not, it doesn't even matter, people are far less likely to take this topic seriously next time. And that's not even to mention the mental health side of things. The line between someone faking crazy just to get attention and someone who is in genuine need of help is only getting harder to find because of stunts like these. Now, saving the children was a major theme for Ryan in his fake mental health breakdown.
Hashtag save the children.
And he was putting out to the world that kids are in danger by drinking prime. But as soon as those claims were taken seriously and Logan threatened to sue him for defamation, instead of standing on his claims for the children, he immediately apologizes and then even drinks it.
I just want to say I'm sorry, but I drink this now.
He promised the world that he wasn't on any performance-enhancing drugs while he was fighting, but then he tested positive not once, but twice. And if all of that just wasn't enough, and I really hope for Ryan's sake that this one isn't true. He even posted this text message, which he made out to be from Logan Paul, and is now believed to have been fabricated, saying, "You're gonna be sorry like the kids in Gaza." And it's like, I don't think you can get a more serious situation than what's happening to children in Gaza right now. And so to leverage this situation for some internet beef, knowing that it was going to trigger people and how they were going to react, is genuinely just, it's beyond words. I mean, Ryan's own fans have spent the last 2 months defending him, going into every comment section saying, like, no, he's telling the truth, only for him to come out and prove them all wrong by saying, yeah, it was just to sell a fight and to gain attention. So yeah, seeing all of this, I had to make a video because this kind of behavior has to be called out, because rewarding lies, disingenuousness, and just a general lack of morality is exactly how a society deteriorates. So yeah, I post the video, a day or so passes, and I get a comment from none other than Ryan Garcia saying, "You are hilarious. I will address soon. I'm about to humble you." Remember those words. It wasn't long until I started getting tagged in videos saying, "Bro, Ryan Garcia just responded." So I go on his page and I see that not only did he do a live stream addressing the situation, which I did miss, so I have no idea what he said on there, but he also posted 3 videos. Now, I didn't screenshot the other 2 before he deleted them, but the third one, which remains on his page, is, how can I describe it? Like, as far as responses go, this is pretty terrible. Now, I'm not going to show you the full 2+ minute video because he says very little in 2 minutes. But Alex, play the clip and just the most important parts.
Since Dylan Page wants to play, I will. First of all, you said that I used all this stuff to bring awareness, or try to bring awareness, or I don't know what you said. You're so stupid. Like, you're dumb. Like, you're dumb. You're a dumb kid. And then on top of it, you said in the interview that I said that, but what I say, you said that I faked everything, bro. I faked being crazy. That's the part I faked. What's the crazy part? What else did you say, bro? You would never say this to my face. The only reason I'm addressing you is because you got a big page. I'm everything right with the internet. Bro, you're a weirdo.
So yeah, as you can see, I don't really know if he got the point of the video or what I was even saying. In fact, he couldn't actually remember what I said. He said,
I don't know what you said. What else did you say, bro?
And look, when I say this, I'm not trying to big myself up or anything, but even the comments on his own video were on my side. Let me read some to you. Dylan Page on top. Dylan Page don't stutter like you. He just tell facts, bro. Deal with it. Absolute nonsense, bro. You didn't even answer what he was saying. I love how you were gonna humble him and then this video comes out and it flopped. He said everything but what Dylan Page accused him of. It's not great when you do a response but can't recall what the guy said.
I don't know what you said.
I don't know. I'm with Dylan here. Bro's straight waffling. And I mean, it goes on. I won't read anymore. Now, of the entire 2-minute waffle, there's one part that really stood out to me. He said, the only reason I'm responding is because you have a big page.
The only reason I'm addressing you is because you got a big page.
Meaning, it doesn't really matter what I said or if any of the points were valid. If publicity and views is not in it, it's not even worth addressing it. And that just kind of summed up everything for me. It's clear to see that throughout everything that I'm talking about, he only really cares about gaining attention, views, clout, and money. I mean, the thing is like, I don't even care about that. Like, that's nothing special. There's so many people out there. That's what they're all about. And I don't make it my mission to call everyone out if they're about that. In fact, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. It's only when you use lies and you try and trick the world to get the fame, the money, the clout, and the attention.
I said, I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Like, there are so many examples of people who have achieved all of that without having to kind of go down to the level of just lying and tricking people. And if at the end of it, we're all sat down here and we're like, oh, well done. He tricked the world. That was so genius. And he sold the fight. He's got like millions of dollars now. We're just breaking the #1 rule of psychology. Do not reward bad behavior, because if you do, you only get more of it. And that is exactly, as I said, how a society deteriorates.
You're so stupid. Like, you're dumb. Like, you're dumb.
So I'm saying all of this just to balance the scales out a little bit. Anyway, I think I said my piece. Let's move on. So some other pretty historic things happened this week because Donald Trump became the first ever ex-US president to be convicted of a crime. And because of that, these are all of the surprising things that Donald Trump can no longer do now he's a convicted felon. #1, traveling. Now, technically, 38 countries, including the UK, South Africa, Japan, China, Israel, Canada, all have strict immigration policies against individuals who have a criminal record. Now, will they make an exception for Donald Trump? We don't know yet. Owning a firearm. Yes, the Federal Gun Control Act of 1968 makes it unlawful to possess any firearms or ammunition if you are convicted of a crime punishable by imprisonment for a term of exceeding 1 year. Trump's was like 4 years plus per count, and there was like 34 counts. Holding public office. Now, this one's a little bit strange because yes, he can run for president of the country, but he is not allowed to run for public office in states like New York and Florida as a governor. So I don't know, make it make sense. Working certain jobs. Okay, let's be honest, this one, I don't think Trump is looking for employment anytime soon. But either way, if he does, certain industries will effectively be off limits for him. Like getting a medical license, becoming a pilot, train conductor, locomotive engineer, it's a strange one, and most jobs that require work around minors of any age. Jury duty, can't do that anymore. He's no longer allowed to have association with other felons. Now, we don't know exactly what his sentence will be yet, but if he does get a parole agreement, it's very standard in these agreements to have to avoid association with other felons. And lastly, voting. Maybe. Now, this would only apply if he is given a prison sentence, which is unlikely, but if he did, Florida, Trump's resident state, does not allow felons to vote while they are incarcerated. Oh, and this one's a fun fact. If he does go to prison, because he is ex-president, ex-presidents are given a Secret Service detail at all times, 24 hours a day, for the rest of their lives. If he does go to prison, technically, they would have to join him and protect him inside prison. Insane times that we are living in right now. Let's move on. Fuck, actually thinking about it, today is my last day that I have to wear this 15 kg vest. I've been wearing it for so long now that I forgot to even address it and tell you guys, but yeah. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to address, I have ordered a whip. I'm not even joking. I will show you my order. And I've ordered a whip because for any of you that don't like the video, I'm just gonna say it plain and straight up. And from the last people who did like, these are the people that are safe. Only Pappy commented, comment so I don't get whipped. Well done, you will not get whipped. Legit Channel said, day 2 of being forced by Dylan to like and comment. Absolutely. B Pop said, please don't hurt me. I commented, well done, you're safe. And just to prove to you that I'm not playing around, my orders in Amazon. Yep. That is on its way right now. Don't just type in whip on Amazon because the wrong kind of whips will come up. And as I was ordering it, I was like, is this going to be a little bit weird because of the type? But I tried to find the most PG whip I could find. So it might get a little bit weird in the next video when it arrives, but hopefully you like and comment so I won't have to use it. Anyway, that was the wildest sidetrack we've ever been on. Oh, and now we've got a weird story too. Strap in for the weirdness. Now, I thought that French protests were, geez, this is so hot. This is like thick layers of, I don't know, I really am, I'm gonna get on with the story, I am, but like, this is what's keeping me warm. That's how thick this piece of iron is. Anyway, I'm hot as shit. Anyway, I thought that French protesters were unhinged before, but this is a whole new level. So as we all know, Paris is hosting the Olympics this year, but a lot of French people aren't very happy about that because, and I only found out about this today, the Olympics is kind of a scam when it comes to a country actually making money. Look, now don't get me wrong, it's great for global street cred, but for example, when China hosted, they made a net loss of 36.4 billion, and London made a loss of over 13 billion, and that's all taxpayer money. So when the public heard that France has already spent over 5 billion, and the French president Macron wanted to spend another billion just to clean up the Seine River to look good for the Olympics, they lost it. And the I shit in the Seine River protest began. So now, the protesters are planning a defecation flash mob. You'll only probably hear that once in your life because, and I quote, after putting us in shit, it's up to them to bathe in our shit. Oh, and here's the best part, because if you don't live in Paris, no bloody problem at all, because someone created this website. You simply type in how many kilometers you are away from Paris, and using a special water flow algorithm, it will tell you precisely to the date and the exact time you need to shit in the river for it to reach Paris in time for when Macron swims. Oh man, that is just beyond. I told you. I don't think you will find a crazier way of protesting. Water flow algorithms to carry poo down a river. Next level. Let's get to our last story of the day. Okay, Alex, hit us with the upbeat suspense. Come on, because MrBeast has finally done it. His channel has surpassed T-Series, and he has now become not just the biggest YouTuber, but the biggest account on all of the platform. Woo! Okay, Jesus. Let me just... I'm not head, shoulders, knees, and toesing in this video. I can't. I'm too scared to do anything now. Alex is gonna leave everything in. I feel like I need something to hold on to. I wanna swing from the chandelier. Man, imagine I could do that. Imagine that's how I could start the video. I mean, the ceiling's pretty strong. And I'm talking to you, Alex. We can chain something and I can swing from the chandeliers. Anyway. All right. T-Series has 266 million subscribers, and MrBeast now has 268 million. Woo! Okay, firstly, massive congratulations to the greatest YouTuber that there has ever been. I think he deserves that title now. But now that we are here, I think, I've been waiting to speak about this little conversation that I had with someone who I can't name, but let's just say that they work very closely with MrBeast, and they have been since he started. And that conversation is very on topic for what's just happened. Because what we spoke about throws into question what MrBeast does from now on. Now, they said to me that the reason Jimmy works so hard, and he has been for the last few years, is because he's always said that he wants to be the greatest YouTuber that's ever lived. And to do that, he at least needs to be the largest account on YouTube. So beating T-Series was one of, if not the biggest motivator for him. So naturally, I asked, okay, well, we all know it's inevitable. At some point, he's gonna beat T-Series. What happens then? What happens when he's achieved every record that he set out to do? Like, to have the motivation and the willpower to do what he's doing, you need something to aim for. And what is there to aim for now that he's done that? Now that he's the greatest, now that he's the biggest, is it now just creating a bigger gap? And here's where things get interesting, because they said that Jimmy is, as we all probably know, very numbers and goals orientated. And if he doesn't have an exact number or goal in his head, things fall apart very quickly. And here's the little bit of insider information that I can give you. They said that at some point, Jimmy knows that it's inevitable that he will outgrow YouTube. And at that point, he really wants to pivot into entrepreneurial ventures. So what that could look like is him leaning into more of the Feastable side of things, or that massive Amazon deal that he's got recently. And I guess ultimately similar to how like KSI and Logan Paul went from just being YouTubers to seriously large company owners and a WWE wrestler. But either way, he said that for Jimmy, this point when he passes T-Series will be a really big reflecting point for him. And it would probably be the start or the beginning of when he starts moving on to other things. Now, let's be honest, it's not like MrBeast is going to stop posting tomorrow. Like, at the end of the day, it's what makes him all of his money. But like our unnamed source said, it could just be the beginning of the end. Maybe one day he'll have a thriving channel where he's just not the face of it anymore. But who knows? Let me know what you think. Do you think this will be a changing point for MrBeast, or will he continue working as hard as he's been working for the rest of eternity? Anyway, that's all today. I love you lots. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you for our midweek catch-up on Thursday.